So, Iran's Women Life Freedom Uprising of 2022 was ignited by the death in morality police custody of Mahsa Jina Amini, a 22-year-old woman who was visiting family in Tehran with her family from the Kurdish town of Saqqez. And she was apprehended by the morality police and died a few days later in hospital of a brain seizure. The circumstances of her death have still not been fully investigated. What we do know is that she died in custody. So Iranians rose up, but Iranians were infuriated that something so simple as a few strands of hair showing should lead to the death of such a young life. And because this young life happened to be the life of a woman, a life of a Kurdish woman from the margins, it ignited this national uprising that was truly intersectional. People from all strands of life, they all united to really protest this Islamic regime that restricts certain things that have become, so banal to Iranians at this day and age. Choosing how you present in life, what you wear, how you comport yourself in public, what you do with your life. People rose up to say enough is enough. And this really ignited a movement that demanded regime change, that no longer asked for reforms to happen, but asked for a, straight up just downfall of this regime and a change of the governmental system. And music, once again, was very important in fueling the sentiments of this uprising. To begin with, Shervin Hajipour's Baraye, which translates to for the sake of, became a so-called anthem of the uprising. What he did was he collected Twitter hashtags to the hashtag Baraye, for the sake of, and composed a song, the lyrics of his song from these tweets. And so, for dancing in the rain, for a simple smile, for the, street children, for Piruz, the cheetah who's at risk of extinction, basically talking about all these fronts on which the government is failing, whether it's the protection of the environment, the protection of animals, the protection of Iran's resources, the protection and welfare of Iranian people, of its youth, of a sort of, simple, ordinary life. I mentioned Baraye, but a lot of the music actually was both produced and voiced by women. A lot of old songs, we talked about recycling old songs, old sort of third worldist, liberationist songs from the Latin American context were taken. These were songs that were highly popular in 1970s Iran leading up to the 1979 revolution. Taking these songs that a lot of Iranians know, such as Un Pueblo Unido from the Chilean protest movement, and revoicing them, changing the lyrics to speak to the realities of Iranian women and to the current moment, or Bella Ciao, which is an old sort of anti-fascist Italian song. Other songs, as Khune Javanan from the Blood of Martyrs, The Tulips Have Grown, really taking a lot of these songs, but also creating a lot of new songs to speak to this moment. The Women Life Freedom Movement, because it was such a movement rooted in life, in sort of connecting, the creative force of life and the creative force of the arts, was explosive as far as music was concerned, and probably created the largest volume of songs of any protest movement in modern Iran, spanning more than a century.